Chapter 9. Weak parents, crazy children. This homicide that we see in our streets can be linked to the poor parenting practices of black parents. We don't raise our kids properly. We don't teach them who they are. We don't discipline our children. We dress them up with $500 worth of junk, sneakers and sweatsuits and chains, and we send them outside to the world where white people are ready to make them criminals or to brainwash them and make them ready servants in the world of global white supremacy. Look at our young men turning into homosexuals. Our young women turning into lesbians. She hate men because mom kept her from dad. Dad won't be in her life. He hate men. He wants to be a woman because his father wasn't in his life. Black woman can't find a man. Turns on black men. She wants to have a woman for a husband. Black man hates his father. He wants to be a woman now. So now we have all this homosexual. We got black men molesting their daughters. We have uncles raping their nieces. This is what's going on in our families, and we turning the other cheek. So by the time they get 15, they're out there blowing somebody's brains out because the anger and the rage that they have in their heart was never dealt with. And so now they turning on society, and we acting like we don't know what's going on. We bringing our kids up to be slaves, telling them to go to college so they can get a good job. The hell with the job. We need to own the job. We don't need our kids to be teachers. We need them to own schools. We don't need them to be doctors. We need them to own hospitals. We don't need them to be athletes. We need them to own football leagues and professional sports associations. Single parenting is destroying the minds of our children. It is the number one cause of the massive amount of black psychopathology we see in our neighborhood. It takes two parents to raise a child. Black fathers talking about they can do it themselves. Black mothers talking about they can do it themselves. You can't do it yourself. It takes two. God made it that way. There is a natural female-male chemistry in every last one of us. In one of the ancient Egyptians' laws of Tahuti, the god of wisdom, he said the male and female gender principle manifests itself in everything. Everyone has a male and a female, and every child needs to be nurtured by a male and a female. And when you upset that natural balance, you are destroying the internal spirit and harmony of the black child. Stop being selfish. Stop being selfish. Take time with your children. All you have to do is sit down and eat with them. All you have to do is sit down and talk to them. All you have to do is spend some time with them. Every black family should have one night where they have a black study group. Family night. You eat a holistic meal, and then you engage in a 2-hour study group. Pull out a chapter of a famous book. Read a chapter from Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. Read a chapter from one of Martin Delaney's books. Read one of Henry Highland Garnett's speeches. Read the writings of Casely Hayford. Read one of the lectures of Edward Wilmot Blyden. Read one of the statements of Patrice Lumumba and discuss it with your children. We need to have study groups in our houses so we can teach our children who they are. So our daughters stop thinking that the only way that they can be desirable to a man is to have their crack out and their breast showing with some dingy thong and a dingy bra showing. Is that the best our daughters can do? That the only way they'll look attractive is to bleach their hair and dye their hair blonde and dye their hair red and put blue contacts in their head, and the men are doing the same thing. That's our fault. Children learn by what they see, not by what they hear. A child is nothing more than the consistent printout of the thoughts of the parent. A child is nothing but the consistent thoughts of the parent. Show me a child and I'll tell you what their parents have been thinking all their lives. We need to do better than this, black people.